Howdy folks, and welcome to another Taste of Gameplay video, this time for the Italian Tier 2 Tech Tree Cruiser, the Nino Bixio. Bixio? I assume it's pronounced like a zh. As always, these videos are designed to give you a sample of the gameplay of the ship, not to be an exhaustive analysis. I recommend the Wargaming Wiki or other content creators. So as I mentioned in the last couple of videos, I have not been feeling super well today, and I decided to play some ships that I just wanted to kind of get out of the way because I'm doing every ship in the game. But I actually wound up having a couple of really interesting games and actually really liking the last ship, the Caradoc. But today, this is the game that I was waiting for today. This is the boring Tier 2 ship, the boring Tier 2 game I was waiting for. The Nino Bixio it's a ship. It's a ship, all right. It's a ship in the game. You can play it. I cannot imagine why you would. It is literally just a floating ship with, I guess, how many? 7 sap guns. It's sap only, and you can really only get maximum of 5 of the guns firing at any time, and honestly it's more like 4. They have very low alpha, pretty mediocre dispersion. The alpha is 1430. They wind up feeling incredibly underpowered, and I was asking myself, why does this ship feel so incredibly boring compared to the Caradoc? And it's torpedoes. That's what it is. It's just torpedoes. I mean, there are a few other things I like better about the Caradoc. It goes about 10 to 15% faster. It feels a little more maneuverable. It's got more hit points. But then, of course, the Caradoc is Tier 3, and this is Tier 2, so some of that makes sense. But really, it comes down to not having torpedoes. This ship is really boring because it doesn't have torpedoes. And I think that's a lesson for me about what I enjoy from cruisers. And it's my biggest problem with the Tiger 59, which is one of my favorite ships in the game. I talk about it in that video. The only thing I would want for that ship is to just have some torpedoes. So the guns here, they just feel really weak, especially at range. I mean, look, I'm just like, I'm trying to kill this V25. I'm doing little bits of damage to him here and there. Like, oh, I got 3 shells in. That's pretty good, right? But then the next shot, I think I miss everything. Oh, I get 1 hit. I mean, I'm working him down, you know, but he's also working me down. I don't know. I get it. I get that the game has to have kind of a beginner level. You know, Tier 2 is not really designed to be fun in and of itself, which I think is kind of a mistake on Wargaming's part, but I also kind of get it, you know, and especially with a game where you want everybody playing against each other, you need to funnel people into the higher tiers. If all 10 tiers were kind of equally fun, then that would mean that the player base would get split up 10 different ways. But the end result is that this ship is just really boring. I don't know. I mean, this is like, you're just moving, you're shooting, you're hitting things, I guess, doing little bits of damage. You know, every shell that lands seems to do about 200 to 300 damage. And that's the problem is, you know, I mean, it's bad enough at Tier 1. Tier 1 is also very boring, but ships tend to have fewer hit points. At this level, I mean, you're just chewing through more and more hit points. I'm going to end up, I think, near the end here, trying to fight against a Tier 3 battleship. And, I mean, I'm hitting him, you know, every time I fire, which I think is every 5.5 seconds, I'm doing like 400 damage to him, but he's got 38,000 hit points. I mean, I'd have to sit there for like the whole game and just shoot at him over and over again. He's not making any effort to maneuver. And of course, this is when we get into the problem with sap, and I've been talking about it lately. The low caliber sap is kind of a problem because when you know, I'm getting so many shatters because his armor's just too strong. And I'm even getting some ricochets because sap can ricochet, right? The angle is sharp enough. So I only have one thing I can do in this game, and that's shoot these guns. I can't turn because if I turn, I'm giving him absolute complete broadside. And even though he's a bot, he will wreck me. And so I just, It's just kind of boring. Which is fine. I mean, it's tier 2, you know. I mean, inevitably I was gonna this is I was almost kind of hunting for one of these, right? One of these ships where you're like, oh my god, why does this ship exist? I mean, I get why this particular ship exists. It's because it's here to teach you how SAP works. But that's the thing. I mean, from a game design standpoint, now that I think about it, I'm not really sure this ship does teach you a lot about how SAP works. I mean, at this level, SAP mostly feels like HE, except you don't get to light things on fire. And yeah, you get a little better pen, but that doesn't really matter all that much at this tier. Like the difference between this pen and the normal HE pen or the pen on the Caradoc is not terribly meaningful. You know, you can already pen superstructures and some bows and hit destroyers. Like what is that extra pen giving you? It's really not giving you anything. And the downside is you can't set anything on fire. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think the Nino Bixio gets the award so far for most boring ship in the game. We'll have to keep track moving forward and see if I can find anything even more boring than this one. This game's going to be a loss for the very simple reason that they have a V25 and a guy who knows how to drive it. A V25 is just, it's like a cheat code at tier 2. I don't even know why this guy actually does eventually die. I don't kill him, but my teammate does. I don't think you should ever die in a V25. It's because you just never should get that close. Like, he's too close. And I guess it's because we're running away, but he should just let us cap. Anyway, it's not so much tier 2 I don't like, although I do think tier 3 is more interesting. But it's just, yeah, man, this ship, this is, yeah, you get the Wooden Spoon Award for most boring ship in the game. I made a huge cut there because this game took forever. You can see by the timer in the upper right corner. I mean, I cut out like 8 or 9 minutes because I just did not want to make you suffer. So should you get the Nino Bixio? No. I mean, you're probably going to have to if you're cranking up through the Italian cruiser line. I mean, the good news is the cruisers get more interesting. Like, stick with the Italian cruisers because they're really good. But this one is not. This one's really boring and not really a terribly good ship. So I think that is it for the Nino Bixio. I am not probably ever going to play that ship again. And I will see you guys in the next video.